My Sleep Tracker is an application for keeping track of sleep patterns and activities that affect your sleep or insomnia. The My Sleep Tracker app is currently available from the Android and Microsoft Windows app stores. Anyone can record and analyze sleep-related information for free. Whenever you launch My Sleep Tracker, you are taken to the home screen. If you haven't entered your bed and sleep information for last night, the home screen displays two big green buttons. These correspond to the two types of data that can be recorded in My Sleep Tracker: bed and sleep information and sleep-related activities. During cognitive behavior therapy for insomnia, also known as CBTI, tracking and analyzing bed and sleep information is critical for your sleep therapist to understand your sleep patterns. A sleep therapist may also recommend tracking sleep-related activities. I will demonstrate recording both types of data. First, I tap on Record Bed and Sleep Information for last night. For the purpose of this demonstration, consider this situation. Last night I went to bed at 10:40 p.m. It took me about 10 minutes to fall asleep at 10:50 p.m. So I went to bed at 10:40 p.m. I was in bed trying to fall asleep until 10:50 p.m. I could either enter the time here, or I can specify a duration over here. Notice that when I change the duration, the time changes, or if I change the time, the duration is automatically computed for me. You only need to specify one or the other, not both. I was in bed asleep until about 3:30 a.m. Then I woke up and went to the bathroom for 5 minutes. Unfortunately, I had difficulty falling back to sleep. After 15 minutes of lying there, I was still awake. So I read a book, and after about 40 minutes, I fell asleep while reading. I slept until my alarm rang at 7 a.m. To record this scenario, I will repeatedly add log entries describing what happened last night. I tap on the Add button to append another entry. For each entry, I'm answering the question, and then what happened? Well, after trying to fall asleep, I was in bed asleep until about 3:30 a.m. And if you don't know the exact time, that's fine. It's much better to just estimate the time or duration of what happened during the night rather than entering no information at all. After I was in bed asleep, I was out of bed awake when I went to the restroom for 5 minutes. Then I went back to bed and was trying to fall asleep for 15 minutes. Then, frustrated, I decided to read for about 40 minutes. And then I fell asleep while reading. I was in bed asleep until 7 a.m. when my alarm rang. That's it. I've entered my log for what happened last night. As you're making your log entries, you can scroll down to the bottom of the page and it will show you sleep metrics summarizing the information that you've entered thus far. When you're all done, in this case, I got out of bed for the day at 7 a.m., so I click on the Done button to save my night log and return to the home page. You see that I was asleep for 7 hours and 10 minutes. My sleep efficiency was 86.9%. This chart on the bottom of the screen shows sleep efficiency. When you've just entered a single data point or a single night's log, it's not very interesting. But as you add more entries, Over the days, it will become more interesting. This is what the sleep efficiency chart on the home screen may look like after entering a week's worth of data. After you get up for the day, it's a good practice to record your sleep for the previous night and your activities for the previous day. Don't wait too long. People do forget these details. So My Sleep Tracker will allow you to add information only for the previous 2 days. Sleep-related activities are things you typically do during the day that may influence your sleep. Examples include exercise, napping, taking medication, and drinking caffeine or alcohol. You can add sleep-related activities for today or any time in the last 2 days from either the home screen or the daily log screen. Right now I have no activities entered for Friday to Saturday. I click on the plus button to add an activity. I'm going to add an activity about 7:20 a.m. I had brewed a cup of coffee. I'm going to indicate that I had coffee and it was about 16 fluid ounces. You'll see the activity has been added. In the upper left corner is a menu button. Looks like 3 horizontal lines. Clicking on it will allow you to go to different portions of the My Sleep Tracker application. We've looked at the home screen. There's also daily logs, sleep analysis, settings, tips and info. Daily log is similar to the top part of the home screen, but you can see entries for multiple days. If you wish to select a different range of dates, by default it shows the last 7 days, either click on or the filter icon. Instead of the last 7 days, I'm going to show the last 14 days. Now I have more entries displayed. From the daily log screen, you can do things like edit your sleep log for the last couple of nights, add an additional activity. The sleep analysis screen allows you to see a variety of analyses describing your sleep. Just like with the sleep log, you can tap and choose the range of dates or the number of days to show. You can change what chart or table you want to see in the filter settings. Alternately, you can cycle through the various charts by using these next and previous buttons. Here we have timelines showing information about what happened during the night for the dates you've selected. And there are several other charts. Additionally, there is a table that shows you all of the sleep metrics for the date range selected if you're more interested in seeing the actual numbers rather than the charts. The settings screen lets you customize the application. The activities page lets you specify which choices should be displayed when you're creating a sleep-related activity. And that concludes our introduction to My Sleep Tracker. Take care.